Good morning, and welcome to Spartan Spotlight, where we bring you all things regarding AU athletics. I'm Randy Armstrong. Today, we will be talking with Coach James Lancaster, men's basketball coach, Coach Brittany Carper, women's basketball coach, and Coach Ryan Buchanan, men's hockey coach. We will also be featuring a short story about one of AU's very own senior student athletes. Preseason workouts for women's basketball have been well underway. We're here today with women's head basketball coach, Brittany Carper. So, Coach, last year the women finished the season with a 12-14 record and were tied 6th with 11-9 record in the NAC conference. What expectations have you set for this team this season?
You know, I think last year our big theme was better than yesterday, and this year we're just really looking to keep that kind of theme going, improving as much as we can in the win-loss column, but I think just a daily expectation of competing, getting better, and I think your improvement is usually seen through the season.
Awesome. And then last year you were named NAC Coach of the Year. That's, really high honor, especially coming in as your first season here. What did that mean to you?
You know, it was extremely humbling. I think it says a lot about our kids that were here. They had been, through quite a turntable of coaches, and when I came in, it was about changing the expectations and the culture, and, I was fortunate enough that they bought into that. And we improved every single day. We got better, and I think people across the conference saw that, and I was recognized for that, but I really think it's a true testament to the girls that were in our program and really produced every single day.
So how would you describe the team camaraderie then right now?
It's a lot better than it was last year. I think the team chemistry, and again, it's just having someone at the helm that's been here, consecutive years. I think that was important for our team. The freshmen really came in, had the expectations and the understanding of what to do. And our seniors and our junior leaders have done a really good job of setting the table, holding each other accountable, and it's been easy to come to practice every day and get things done that we need to do because of that.
Awesome. And then coming up November 15th, so just a couple weeks away, you guys are headed to Beloit College. What have you been doing to prep for that game?
We're at a point now where we haven't done a whole lot towards Beloit just because there's a lot of things we have to kind of get in and established just in terms of offense, defense stuff. We have a couple of scrimmages upcoming. And I think after that we have a scrimmage the 8th. So after that next week before Beloit will really be where we'll focus, we'll prep. We have a couple of films on them, so we've watched that. I think, we'll break that down. We'll have a little better understanding of what we're doing. And then really the week prior is where we'll start to really break down stuff and put that in.
Good. And then what do you think the team's biggest challenge will be to overcome this year?
I think we're a little thin at the forward spot, so that's always going to be, an overall concern. I think just having the kids in there and kind of understanding their roles in that spot. We're a little undersized, so we'll have to have everyone kind of contributing in that area. We're not super deep. We weren't deep last year, but I think again it's just about getting kids to the point where they can play a lot of minutes and understanding of what we're trying to do. Hopefully not stay out of foul trouble so we can avoid that. But I think those are really kind of the expectations of where we're at and kind of the shortcomings and an area of focus for us right now.
Okay, awesome. And then Bethany Dorrington, she's heading into her junior year. What do you expect to see out of her this year?
I'm not sure we could ask Beth to do much more than she did for us last year. I mean, the kid played 38.5 minutes a game, led us in about every statistical category. So, but I've challenged her to be better, and I think for our team she has to be. And I think Beth's still learning a lot about the game. She mostly came out of high school as a three-point shooter. We've really worked on, getting her to attack the rim, getting to the free throw line, doing some things where it's not just running off a ton of screens and shooting a three. And she's also plays point guard for us, so she, is also distributing the ball. She was our second leading rebounder. I mean, so I think for her, to have a year like she did last year and be better, it's going to be key for us in terms of success. And Beth's the type of kid that welcomes that challenge. I think, she'll be good. I think, if she's not first team all conference again, I'd be shocked.
Okay, and then is there any other Spartans that you lean on for success?
I think someone who will really kind of emerge this year, she's battled injuries her first 2 years, is Shannon Koski. She's had a really good couple weeks of practice, and I think she's healthy. And she hasn't had that in her first 2 years here. She's had bad ankles. She had stress fractures, both in her tibias last year. So I think for her, this is going to be a really big breakout year for her. And I think our success is totally dependent on her and Beth, and I think everyone knows that on our team. And they're juniors now, and it's kind of their team and time to run with it.
Good. And then too, you mentioned earlier how the team has improved, especially with the chemistry. What other improvements have you seen just from this year compared to last year?
I think honestly the expectations. I think when I first took the job, there wasn't a whole lot in place, and now everyone shows up to workouts. They're at practice, when they're supposed to be. They're getting extra time in the gym, and it's really just a culture change. And again, I think that goes with the chemistry on and off the court. I think we do more things off the court. Whether it's from us in terms of team bonding or just kind of getting together outside and understanding each other and really, to be successful in terms of programs. I've been around a lot of successful programs, and I think we're headed in the right direction, and, it's just about continuing to build on that, and, I think the chemistry is something that speaks for itself.
Good. And then with the renovation of Thornton Gymnasium, how do you think that's going to impact home game advantage?
It has a lot more intimate feel in there now. I think before, the way the bleachers and stuff were set up, you could have 500 people in there, and it still felt kind of empty. Now I've been to a couple of volleyball games, where maybe the crowd was about the same as it was last year, but they're more on top of you. I think it's more engaging. I think the appeal itself is just, great. So I think, even if we don't have a ton of fans there, it's going to feel like there's a lot more, and we're just excited to play in there.
Good. And then, so last year, you're named head coach. Being here at Aurora University for just over a year, what have you learned what it's like to be a Spartan?
I think being a Spartan is just honestly about the dedication to our student athletes. This place is always about the people. I think that was the first thing that sold me on AU, and being here a little over a year, that hasn't changed. I tell my recruits that, I tell my family, my friends that, is just the people here are amazing. They will bend over backwards for you. They bend over backwards for your student athletes, and just general students. I think it's just a really, really great place to be, and, I feel fortunate to be a Spartan.
Good. And then at the time being a collegiate student athlete yourself, what advice would you give to incoming student athletes as well?
I think it's to make the most of it. I think when I was a student athlete, you always heard, seniors tell you, it goes by so fast, and you're sitting there thinking like, yeah, right. And then the next thing you know, you're sitting there before your last game, and I just don't think you take advantage of it enough. And I know it's hard because I tell my kids that all the time, and I'm sure it falls on deaf ears a lot, but I think it's, take advantage of your opportunities, whether it's in the sport or, just outside and in the school and the university. I mean, being in college is the best 4 years of your life. And, some people want to get out and get to the real world, and not that that's not great, but I think, being a college student athlete is an amazing experience. Not everyone gets to do it, so to make the most of it.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Coach Carper, for joining us today. Good luck to you and the ladies at your first game on November 15th against Beloit College in Beloit, Wisconsin. Now we have a short feature package about one of AU seniors, Lexi O'Boyle.
I started playing volleyball when I was 10 years old. It was so cool when we would go visit my cousin who played for Ohio State. So I would always watch her play and see that volleyball was kind of a game that I really wanted to learn how to do. Then in 5th grade I found out that my teacher was a club director, and so then I figured out that that was what I really wanted to play, so I ended up trying out for volleyball. I would definitely have to say my parents and my siblings. I wasn't ready to stop playing after high school and club, so that's when I kind of realized that I did want to go ahead and play in college. A life lesson that I can take with me is that in volleyball you can't dwell over the mistakes that you make. You just kind of have to push forward and find the good things out of it. That's kind of like life. There's going to be things that you are going to want to dwell over, but you can't really do that. You have to look at the positive things in life. I would have to say my freshman year, towards the end of the season, I found out that I had a stress fracture in my lower back on top of bulging disc. My favorite moment would probably be this whole entire season. I can't really pinpoint one exact thing, but I would have to say probably getting MVP and winning an all-tournament team this year. After AU, I decided to take the grad assistant, so I'll go ahead and be the grad assistant and do a master's in social work, and then hopefully I get a job after that.
It's awesome to hear from the seniors and listen to their passion for sports. Spartans men's head basketball coach James Lancaster has amassed an impressive career record of 364 wins to 174 losses here at AU. As the team begins preseason workouts, we are here with Coach Lancaster to hear about his visions for this season. So Coach, with such an impressive record, what has been keys to success?
I think having a great product to sell to prospective student athletes. You know, we've got a great education here with a great value. We're located in a beautiful area, you know, in the western suburbs of Chicago, so I think kids are attracted to that. We have a history of success, you know, as well, and then to be able to surround myself with good people. You know, I've been fortunate enough to have great assistant coaches around in my career, and then to also attract great players. You know, you wouldn't have the record without great players and great assistant coaches.
Good. And then, so last year, you know, only losing one senior, coming in with pretty much all starters. What expectations do you have for this season?
Hopefully we'll be playing in March. You know, we'd like to be doing it. You know, the chemistry is a lot better at this time this year because our kids have played together for a couple years now. They all seem to like each other and are getting better every day, and we ask them to continue to improve and get closer with each other every day so that chemistry that they have off the court can carry over on the court. So there are high expectations, but we're trying to focus on the process and not the results.
Okay, and then what type of prep work have you been working towards, especially coming up Northern Illinois?
We've been focusing on ourselves. You know, it's a great honor to be asked to play a Division I opponent, and it's be a great experience for our kids. It's a real game for Northern Illinois, so it'll be a great atmosphere. It's their home opener. They've got an exciting team coming back. It's the best team they've had in quite a few years over there, and Coach Montgomery's doing a great job. But we're really not focusing on preparing for that game yet. We will as it gets a little bit closer. We're just really focusing on ourselves, getting in great shape, playing the brand of basketball that we want to play, and then be prepared for our regular season.
Okay, and then like we mentioned earlier, you know, you have a veteran club coming from the 2014-15 season. Who among the returning players has stood out the most so far?
It's really hard to name any. You know, we return all 5 starters, you know, from that group. So they're all have improved a lot. I think a lot has to do with Coach Trudeau's strength and conditioning program. You know, it has made them quicker, you know, and in better shape and stronger. But if I had to name one, I would say Kyle Pilmer's probably improved the most, and I think just through his confidence and experience that he's gained over the years, he's really stood out. But all of them have. I think you're going to see a new and improved Gavin Walker as well.
Awesome. And then what newcomers to the program should be on the radar for Spartans to watch out for?
New guys I think that are getting in the mix right now. Denzel Irving, freshman out of Peoria Richwoods, is really playing well. There's Garrett Williams, you know, that's fighting for time at the guard position, point guard and 2-guard position is doing well there at all. Also, Tyler Carlson, a local kid from Canelan, is really playing well. So, and then we got another new kid that just joined our program. He had a situation with his family, but Kendall Bailey out of college at DuPage is really turning some heads for us early on. So those would be 4 that are sticking out right now at this time.
Great. So you got your signs. Sound pretty like you're ready for success. What do you feel the team's biggest challenge will be to overcome this season?
I think staying hungry. You know, and understanding what it takes to be a championship ball club. They really need to maintain that work ethic and that hunger. Hopefully they can feel the pain of last year of not reaching our goals and remember what that felt like, and they can focus so they don't experience that again. I think we've got to have a great regular season, make sure that the conference tournament comes through Aurora, and we have 3 home games here, you know, and get to play in the new gym. So.
Awesome. Yeah, so going off of that, what other differences do you expect to see this season compared to last season as well?
I think the chemistry on the court, you know, our kids are really moving the ball well. I think we're going to improve defensively as well as offensively. I think our depth is a little bit better this year too. So we were close last year. You know, we were 18-9 and beat the conference champion twice during the regular season. So I don't think we have to reinvent the wheel this year. I think our kids are prepared. But that chemistry's got to last. We're going to face a lot of adversity throughout the years with the quality of schedule that we're playing, and how they handle that adversity. Do they come together? Do they come apart? And will they become stronger as the year goes on? All those questions are yet to be answered.
Yeah, good. And then with the renovation of Thornton Gymnasium this year, how do you think that's going to impact home game advantage?
Our kids are really excited about it. You know, they love the Hall of Fame area upstairs. I think those lights up there really set it apart. They love the blue bleachers, you know, for our, you know, that are school colors. And then, you know, just going to the volleyball games and hearing how loud it is. It seems to be a lot louder and more of an intimate environment. We've already had the best, you know, environment in our conference and have led the league in attendance for many years. But we're hoping that we continue to build off of that. But our kids are very, very excited about the new gym.
What are some of the characteristics you're looking for as far as future Spartans?
With future Spartans, I think character, would be key, and work ethic. Kids that are serious about an education and love the game of basketball, have a true passion for the game, and then want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Where they understand it's not about them, it's about being part of a team and trying to accomplish team goals.
Okay, so when it comes to recruiting, it seems that's what you do a lot, and especially in the off season. Are those characteristics you look for in certain players?
Yeah, that's what we'll sit down with them and really look them in the eye and be honest about what our program is about. It's not about the individual and how many points you get, how many rebounds you get, how much playing time you get. It's about wanting to be a part of something bigger than yourselves. And we talk that over with the families too. And our program, we'll tell people it's not for everybody. You're paying money to go to college. If you just want to go someplace where you can shoot as many times as you want to in a ball game, this might not be the place for you. But we think, with our graduation rate and our history of success, we play a style of basketball that's exciting. We think that's attractive to athletes, and and then having the education to sell as well.
Definitely. And then giving back to the community has always been a part of AU athletics. What volunteer programs has the men's basketball team been participating in this year?
We've participated, we've served 2 nights up at the Hesed House, the homeless shelter there, and served 2 dinners up there. We've also been involved at the Aurora Food Pantry, went down there and helped out a couple days, and then our kids are involved weekly in a reading program for Head Start.
Awesome.
And so they go and read to the little kids, and then the kids come to our games and come down to the locker room afterwards. And I think kids really enjoy giving back to the community. I think it's a humbling experience, but then they also really enjoy working with the young kids.
Okay, and then what is one takeaway you hope your athletes learn from you?
It's kind of different. I would hope that for the kids that have played for me for 4 years, take away, learn what it takes to be a good father and a good husband. I think it's important that I mirror that kind of behavior for those kids, and they see me interact with my 4 daughters, and they also see me interact with my wife. So I hope they learn a little bit about being a good husband and a good father.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for joining us today. Please come out and support men's basketball on November 15th at 3 p.m. against Northern Illinois University in DeKalb, Illinois. Aurora University men's hockey team debuts as an NCAA program for the first time this season. I'm here with men's hockey head coach Ryan Buchanan. How are you doing today, Coach?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
So what expectations do you have for this season being NCAA Division III for the first year?
We need to grow. We're going to be very young, very inexperienced at this level. We would jump in 4 levels of hockey actually from what we did last year. So I think we just need to concentrate on our daily process and grow each day. And as the season moves on, just kind of learn how to compete and skate at this level. So, I'm not going to set any, wins, losses, anything like that. But I just want to see the growth throughout the course of this year.
Good. And then you held tryouts last week. How's the team so far shaping up?
Good. It was kind of a long process to get to that point with recruiting, and I think we had some good surprises. Again saw some things that we know we need to really work on, some spots we need to get better at. But overall, it went well, and now we're just kind of in the grind of getting ready.
Good. And then what will be like the main focus that the team's preparing for coming up October 31st, your game at Wisconsin Superior?
Well, we don't have a lot of time. The hockey world, for some reason, only gives us 2 weeks to get ready for your first game. And with us being brand new, I kind of wish we had a little more time. But, we're concentrating a lot on the defensive end. We're going to need to play defense. We're going to need to, kind of do the dirty things, get in the, blocking shots and playing physical, things like that. So we're spending a lot of time working on our defensive coverages and what we're going to do. And we'll kind of let the offense take care of itself as we move forward.
Okay, and then like you said earlier, going from club to Division III,
Sure.
What is going to be the most challenging things for your team to overcome this season?
Speed. The speed of the game is it's so much faster at this level. The rolling of 4 lines, the quickness of the puck, the way the puck's moving, and just the overall speed of the game. We were fortunate to get a few transfers in here this year, and we've talked a lot, and they said that we're not going to really know until we hit the ice Friday night of really how fast it is, and then we're going to kind of have to adjust off of that. So.
And then last season the team competed at the ACHA Division III level. What experience did you take from last year coming into this year?
I think just the daily and weekly process of getting a team ready. I I actually look back to last year, and we had a lot of success, and things came pretty easy to us for most of the year just because of some of the teams that we were playing against. But I take the experience of going to nationals last year, and even in the losing, losing down there, and not doing what we kind of expected we would do. I think we all kind of grew a little bit from that and learned that it is a process, and you got to maintain that process throughout the entire season.
Okay. And what improvements do you expect to see this year to last year? Is it between team chemistry, new players coming onto the roster?
Sure. Both of those. Just our overall depth. We brought in a lot of new players. We've got a few guys that were on last year's team, or a handful of guys that made this year's team. But just our overall depth, I think, is going to be a big improvement. I think in practice, the guys that are out there still trying to make the starting lineup, trying to get into that top 20. So our competition level every day in practice is much improved. So I think that's the big difference from last year.
And then who are some of the players that are returning from last year coming to this year that fans can expect to see big things from?
So returning guys? Well, we had our top line from last year, Ryan Devlantes, Kevin Salinas, and Joe Jablonski. And we still got those three together, so we'll see how they progress and if they can make the jump to this level. A couple defensemen in Brandon Zurich and Adam Marshall. One of those guys is a little banged up right now, but we got some new guys that we're really looking to have some impact on this season. Like I said, it's a little early to tell right now. Just we got to get through the next few weeks and get the couple games under our belt to kind of really see where some of the new guys are going to step up.
Okay. And then you have players from all over the country, and
Yeah.
I believe even some outside the country.
Sure.
What the program being only a couple years old, what are some of your tactics when it comes to recruiting?
Well, right now we're just looking for talent. We're looking to grow our talent each day or each time we go out and see new guys. One of the big things for me is character. We like to talk to their coaches in their junior programs, and we need, when we're building like we are and as young as we are and kind of getting this program really off the ground at the NCAA level, we need to have good character guys that are going to come in, be good students, first and foremost, they are students, be good in the community and be a positive influence here around Aurora University. So character is a big thing with me. Obviously, each year we got to get a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, a few more goal scorers in here. That's kind of a process I look at right now.
Okay. And hockey is very much a team sport. How do you motivate your players to work together?
Just every day how we talk in practice. It is a team sport. You're only going to go as far as the guy to your left and the guy to your right. We talk a lot about, in hockey you kind of break up offense and defense. We talk a lot about 5-man offense, 5-man defense. We do everything together, and you win as a team, you lose as a team. I know it's kind of an old cliche, but that's kind of what we have to do right now, and the message we have to send. And we are a family within our own little group, so we talk about it every day.
Good. And you guys have had much success from that. So we look very forward to seeing you guys this season.
Sure.
Thank you so much for joining us, Coach. Good
Anytime.
luck to you and the guys as you head out to Wisconsin October 31st through November 1st and play against the University of Wisconsin Superior. Before we go, if anyone would like to donate usable sporting goods equipment to the youth at the Hesed House, please contact Loretta Johnson at ljohnson08@aurora.edu. Help out our fellow student athletes, raise awareness around campus about the impact of sports on the troubled youth. That is all the time we have for today here on Spartan Spotlight. Tune into next week to hear more about AU athletics, and have a great day.